Harry, this question's for you.
Yes, ma'am.
Despite numerous studies proving that immigrants are less likely to commit crimes than native-born Americans, Texas Representative Lamar Smith introduced the Keep Our Communities Safe Act of 2011, H.R. 1932, which proposes the expansion of an existing immigration lockup system that would waste millions of taxpayer dollars and violate our constitutional ethos of individual liberty and due process. Many current detainees have no criminal record whatsoever and are held for months to years without even a bond hearing. Our government's 2012 budget request for immigration detention already totals more than $2 billion, representing a 6.3% increase over federal year 2011. Besides the fact that this is cruel treatment of human beings, could it be possible that these detention centers are no more than big business trying to make a buck with federal funds while simultaneously reinforcing the stereotype that immigrants are dangerous criminals?
Well, there's no question that privatized prisons love the more people they get in it because it's all based on profit. Now we get rid of all that nonsense, too. And by the way, John, I don't see what's so good about privatization. You're merely making putting everybody on commission, putting all the profit in there and all the management teams. There's no way that's going to be less expensive than if you just run it through the government and cut all that nonsense out. But in any case, we should not be detaining these people here. We should be deporting them back to their country of origin. It's that simple. We don't want them here. We can't afford to put them in prison. My God, it costs $50,000 a year to put somebody in prison. You can still go to a major university for that, although it's unfortunate that that's what it now costs for even your state universities and others. The cost of education have gone out of just right through the roof. I don't know how these young people are dealing with all this. They're going, and you can't even discharge those debts in bankrupt.
Okay, we have to talk about education another time.
Yeah. Okay.
That's our next debate.
A big part of the state costs is educating children.
Okay.
And the illegal, if you look at the state budgets in Arizona, 2/3 of the state budget is for education, and we have no idea how many of those people
okay,
are real citizens.
Harry, I'm sorry, I have to stop you. Okay. JL, detention centers, go ahead.
30.
Detention centers are bad for anyone. I don't want to go to one. I don't think anyone should be in a detention center. We can't afford it. Can't afford to keep them up. We can't afford to dole out taxpayer funds to these big corporations that hype and scare people into giving away their liberties. As if they can put in someone they suspect as an illegal immigrant, they can put anyone in there. Harry, Don, myself, Judy. We could be bunkmates, in 4 or 5 days, especially with NDAA just being put into law. We have a better way, and that's the Mueller immigration policy. It, connected with the debt plan, and the private money would be from the exchange of the Federal Reserve note to the U.S. dollar. It's explained in America Shrugged and on my website.
How's that private money?
Because it's not government money. It's not tax money. It's not our tax money. It's not usury money. It is
all the Fed does is print money.
Country. No. It's the money coming back to America from offshore accounts and, re-regulated as congressional dollars versus Federal Reserve notes.
Okay.
You've had access to my information for quite some time. It explains it. You should love it. It works well. It's not hydrogen.
Where does it work well?
Okay, hold on. Don, you have a minute to talk about these detention centers.
Well, I think it's a waste of time to have a detention center if they're here illegally. And, 2 or 3 days the most for that. Many of them appeal their detention, appeal their being deported. And they appeal and appeal and appeal. I have no sympathy for it. If you're here illegally, that's it. You're out of here.
Okay,
Yeah.
and Harry, do you want to take 30 seconds to clean this up?
Well, I think we're all in agreement.
Okay.
Those of us that are independents and represent, I think, the majority of citizens, that we think the existing policy on immigration is utterly out of control. And it's not that the laws aren't on the books. They are. If we would merely enforce the existing laws on employers, we wouldn't have these millions of people coming here because they couldn't work. But, we don't do that. We encourage them to come with all sorts of things, and that's why they keep coming.
Okay.
And we need to stop those incentives for people who come here illegally. Now, it's one thing if they were college graduates and important fields like education where we need help, but just let anybody walk over that wants to. Like I say, no country in the world is so stupid that they do that except us.
Okay.